Hi. If you're a seller in this market, you've got a little bit of a tricky problem that you're going to want to untangle here. It's kind of the servant of two masters problem. You've got a house that you want to sell, in most cases. You've got this house you've got to sell. And you've got a house that you want to buy. But you're a little worried because if you put your house up for sale and you're able to sell it, right? You lose the house, and you try to buy this house, but for some reason, the deal falls through. Now you're homeless, right? And that's not something that you want to think about. But on the other end, if you purchase a home, and you've got that home that you just bought, and you put your home up for sale, but unfortunately nobody buys it, and you still have it, now you've got two houses. And not everybody can afford that. So how do we avoid that? How do we avoid either having no homes or two homes, right? That's our first conversation. So there's a couple ways to go around that. So the first way is that if we put our home up for sale, we could do a thing where we purchase a home, but in the contract, we put a little clause. And that clause says that the purchase of the home is contingent, right? Contingent on the fact that my first home sells. So if you buy the home, right, you say, here's the sale price, we're buying the home, and then it turns out you can't sell your home for whatever reason, the contract is null. It's void. You get to keep your old home, and you unfortunately don't get this new home, but at least you're not stuck in having two mortgages or two homes. The second way to do it, and the way I would probably prefer you do it, is that we put your home up for sale first, but in the contract, we put a little stipulation. We say that the sale of this first home that you have, sale of your home, is contingent on this, that the owner of the home, you, finds suitable housing. It's a very simple thing, but many people fail to do, is to say, within a certain time frame, I'd like to find suitable housing. So that if I don't, right, so that if I don't find this first home, if for whatever reason it just doesn't exist for me, I don't lose the home. The sale contract is voided, and I get to keep my first home. Again, we're kind of going into the extreme examples. It's hard not to find that next home and to have your other home sold. It's rare, but it could happen. So we want to try to avoid that. We want to try and stack up those dominoes as best we can in this market. When we go to list your home, there's a couple things we're going to talk about. One is if there's any renovations that you want to do. I'm also going to give you what's called a free market analysis. Basically, I go to your home, I take a look at what I see as the value of your home in and of itself, right? How does the kitchen look? How do the bedrooms look? Things like that. And then I'm going to compare it to homes in your neighborhood and say, hey, a lot of homes are going for 210, 220. If we do X, Y, Z, I think we can either get that number higher or lower, right? Probably higher would be better. So that's what our first conversation is going to be, is just looking at what the value of your home is, and then going over what would be the best route if we were to buy that next one, what would be the best route to do that. So thanks again for visiting. If you have further questions on looking to sell your home or you want a little bit more in depth, I'd love to have a conversation. Give me a call. Take care.